Patrick is the most breedable man on YouTube since Blake Anderson.
Breedable?
We can all agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Breedable.
Yeah.
Wow.
Patrick,
Dub thee.
I dub you the most breedable man on YouTube since 1993.
thou shalt be brelt. Hello and welcome to the Bumpy Soup podcast, the only podcast primarily featuring white guys. I'm Alec. I'm here today with Emily,
Yoo-hoo.
Tyler,
Yo.
Shane,
What's up?
Max,
I'm a white guy.
and Patrick.
I'm not the white guy.
Patrick is the only person of color on this podcast, by the way.
He's Welsh.
Italian.
Welsh are the Italian of the British Isles.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
It's slow burn. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's good.
Thank you.
I
Thank
do
you.
like that a lot.
See, now
Yeah.
this is the podcast that's bringing back anti-Italian rhetoric.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Multiple podcasts in a row. That's our thing now.
we are.
That's
We're-
our thing now.
I'm like 1/5 Italian, dude.
Oh, so you're the
Ah.
You're the-
Podcast
you're
is
the
over.
one-
Tyler's out.
That's what makes
Tyler's
it
out.
okay.
By
That's
the way,
why we
this
can
is
get away with
Tyler.
all of
Yes,
this.
this is Tyler. Tyler has been a good buddy for a long time. We played music together. We've done a bunch of cool stuff. And with regards to Bumpy Soup, he played the titular Tyler in his role as Tyler in Night of the Living Ted. He also did sound on Social Insecurity Number. And yeah, Tyler, how about you tell us about yourself a little bit?
I'm an audio guy. I'm an audio engineer. I've been doing audio engineering for since I was like 15. I've been recording and doing audio engineering and work like that, but I've been doing it professionally, live sound work for probably about 2.5, 3 years now. And then I do silly things with my good buddies, like act in a stoner comedy.
That's right.
You know what's cool about the last episode? We also had an engineer on, but he engineered helicopters that killed kids.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Engineering
So this
podcast.
this is a way cooler engineering
Yeah.
job. Yeah.
Sound that kills kids.
Yeah, I'm not saying I haven't killed any
Sure.
children. My work is definitely a little bit more safe than that. I can also drink while I'm doing it, which I think is a bad idea when you're working on helicopters.
Kids are
Yeah.
dangerous. They might kill you.
That's
Right.
true.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you just got to get them first, get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kids
man.
more
can't
of a-
kill you if you kill them first.
Yeah.
Some more of Tyler's qualifications. He's been my sweet baby boy for how long would you say? Like maybe since like 7 years?
Yeah, right around that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Almost a
Something like that.
decade, y'all.
yeah,
Yeah.
almost a decade.
Sweet baby boy. Yeah, skills.
Taut slender body, baby.
Taut
Yeah,
slender
taut slender
body.
Yep.
Yeah, of course.
The classic.
Little does everyone know that the show is eventually going to turn into a softcore gay porn.
Yeah, yeah.
It already
What do you
is.
mean, little do we know?
Yeah, little do we know.
We've been
You
slowly
know,
on our way
they
there.
don't know.
How many episodes do you think we've written that
Yeah.
already have that plot line?
No, I've read them all.
Yeah,
I've read them all multiple times.
You know, these could all convert into gay porn.
I may or may not
Yeah.
have read them all in my bed at night
Yeah.
in compromising positions.
Well, why do you think that I've invested in like a VR setup now to start shooting in VR?
Oh, God.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that my birthday present, Shane?
Yours and mine, I guess.
Happy birthday, Tyler. I got you a VR
And
gay
Shane.
porn featuring you.
It's everything I've ever wanted. You know me so well, Shane. Oh, my
You know
God.
what's awesome about that? Is it like the idea of like surprising somebody with that? They're like, I didn't know I was in a gay porn. Wow. Wow, this is awesome.
This is sick.
Wow.
Wait, I actually really like that. How did you know?
I mean, that's the opposite of my thing. It's like, no, I know I'm into gay porn.
Yeah.
You're always disappointed when it's not a gay porn.
Especially if it features me.
Yeah.
When you found out that Night of the Living Ted was not about like Ted, like it wasn't a gay porn,
Yeah.
softcore gay porn. It's like Night of the Living.
I
Oh,
almost
he's
quit.
a zombie.
When you guys told me there wasn't an actual sex scene in it, I almost quit.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. That's what I thought the closet was all about. I thought it was a euphemism.
Yeah.
Or like, oh yeah, we're short on rent. Is there anything else we could do this month?
Oh, no, Mr. Zombie.
What if we suck the zombie off?
What if? Yeah. What if the?
I really wish
zombieism
someone
is
said that
getting
at some
your dick
point.
sucked?
Fuck.
No one's gonna suck off a zombie.
Okay.
That's how they never figure it out on all the movies, dude.
In the behind the scenes footage that we have of that episode, you actually say the cure to COVID-19 is sucking dick.
That's true.
There's sound logic
Yeah.
behind it
Yeah.
too.
I do talk about sucking dick a lot.
Well, they did say that at one point eating ass was safe, so that could have been part of it too,
There
maybe.
you go.
Like with COVID?
Mm-hmm.
It does.
Yeah,
not-
Wow,
it
really?
doesn't
Who
transfer.
said that?
You can't do
The
anything
CDC?
else. You can
The
only
CDC.
eat ass.
Well, I think that they were saying
that's
that like
the foreplay.
well,
is straight into
as far as like
No
unsafe.
touching or kissing.
nothing.
Tongue the butt's good.
I'm pretty sure that as far as like unsafe things to do, like getting close to somebody, eating ass is like would be considered safer than like face to face missionary sex, right? Because there's
but
less chance
if we're
of like
operating off
transmission
of that, like
Yeah.
toe sucking would probably
Sure.
be safer,
I
right?
mean, maybe the
I think
safest.
it's-
You could not get further away from somebody's face
Yeah,
Yeah.
unless you were just like
Yeah.
jerking off
I
in the
think it's
same room.
equivocal, though.
Wait, is it a dog's mouth is cleaner than a toilet bowl, or is that
Daisy,
backwards?
come here.
I
That's
think
what.
Is a dog's mouth
The,
cleaner than your own butthole? That's the question.
I don't
the
think so.
enzymes, the
Fuck, I
enzymes
don't
in
know.
dog spit destroy germs faster than the enzymes in human spit and stuff like
Oh.
that. I mean, enzyme
Interesting.
might not be the right word. I'm not a fucking
Yeah,
spit
yeah.
scientist,
The little
but
creepy crawly guys. Yeah.
technically, a dog's mouth is cleaner, quote unquote, in a germ sense than a human's mouth.
I still won't let them lick me.
Well, I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure
care.
that a lot.
You don't tongue kiss your dog, bro?
I don't have a dog, but I just okay. Here's the
Dog
deal.
breath
Like,
stinks.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
yeah, and I just don't want my face being all wet too.
That might be a
and-
myth. I don't know. Again, I'm not a spit scientist, but
Well, I know that like you can get.
He's not a spit scientist. He just sucks dick.
yeah, I am a dick sucking
Yeah.
scientist. I'll tell you, I got a PhD in that one.
Well, I'm pretty sure that like if you were to get bit by a dog and like by a human, the chance of you getting like a serious disease or infection like is astronomically higher from the human bite than it is by the dog bite, because
I think
human
that's
mouths
true,
are
yeah.
fucking disgusting.
Yeah. Mhm.
Apparently.
Yeah.
So
I can agree. I know mine is.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, but if you make out with your dog, then the dog's mouth
Yeah,
is now just as gross.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would counteract each other actually.
Right.
You're
Oh.
just like in the middle.
Even
now.
out. Like,
yeah.
That's why I kiss my dog.
Yeah.
is so I can clean my mouth.
Yeah, this is chill.
I don't brush my teeth in the morning. I just make out with my
Symbiosis.
dog.
I feel personally attacked by these comments.
You got a dog you can kiss, right?
Yeah, that's
Tyler
what I'm
also
saying,
has a really cute dog named Tessa who we
Sadly,
love.
she cannot be on the podcast,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
She's a girl dog too, so
is a girl.
it's surprising that you'd even want to kiss her.
Right.
Yeah.
You'd think if it doesn't have a dick to suck, I wouldn't be about it, but I do have a female dog that I apparently tongue kiss all the time.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to make dog dick sucking jokes.
I just did, so too late. Shane.
So I have a story.
There we go.
Oh, great.
I woke up this morning to some really strange markings on my rib cage, and like I can't really read them because it's like in a weird angle. Babe, could you
Yeah.
read them for me?
Yeah, for sure. It says it's time for Supreme 60 Seconds of Soccer!
Okay, welcome to Supreme 60 Seconds of Soccer. Let's go! Firstly, Real Salt Lake changed the name of your stadium. Okay, now on to actual soccer.
Sure.
Fulham lost 1-0 to Newcastle on Sunday. Mitro scored a penalty in the 69th minute, but he was chalked off because he slipped while taking it, and the ball hit his plant foot on the way to the goal. Then Alexander Isaac, yes, Alexander Isaac, that's the guy's name, scored in the 89th minute to win it 1-0 for Newcastle. That's a stupid rule. The ball hits your plant foot. Why would that be a rule? That's so dumb. Okay. Anyways, in RSL news, RSL signed RSL signed Carlos Andres Gomez. So welcome to RSL, Carlos Andres Gomez. He comes from Colombia, from Millonarios. In other news, USMNT brought in a bald interim manager, Anthony Hudson, and he used to manage the Rapids. What do you got to do, Ernie? Come on, man. Okay, in other news about teams I don't support, Man City got absolutely robbed in the Manchester Derby. Marcus Rashford runs offside and just stops the player from getting, or Akanji from getting the ball, and that's not offside for some reason. I don't know. I don't support Man City, but that just seems a little bit egregious to me.
You're done!
Shut up.
That was so fucking long. It was
I was
crazy.
there at the end.
Yeah, you know the
That was
best
a
part of that,
long
Max? You know the
one.
best part of all that?
Yes.
That it stopped.
All right. Okay.
Oh.
The anti-soccer
Max, I thought you
sentiment
were-
in this room. All right. Let's
Max,
get,
I
let's
thought you
get
were a big Man
predictions.
City fan before you liked Fulham.
No. Okay.
You told me Fulham was gonna win, and you were wrong.
Yeah. So no one got any points last time
What?
because Newcastle. Everyone either picked Fulham or a draw. So
I picked Newcastle.
You did not. You picked.
White Castle. I love their burgers.
You picked a 1-1 draw.
Oh,
Okay,
damn.
But I thought that
Damn.
Newcastle would win the draw.
That's not how it goes. Okay.
just
Alec,
flip a
Fulham
coin.
versus Spurs.
Well, I love San Antonio, so I'm gonna go with them. With Spurs.
What?
How many? What's the score?
It's gonna be a. Well, I think that the Spurs are gonna win in spirit, but I think Fulham's gonna actually win 2-1.
2-1 Fulham.
Nice.
Okay.
Are the Spurs like? Where are they from?
It's
Is it
Tottenham Hotspur from London, but San Antonio Spurs are a basketball team. Also.
It was a sports joke.
Yeah.
Newcastle.
It's
Oh,
Fulham versus
fuck.
Spurs.
Newcastle anyway.
They're
Newcastle.
gonna come on the field. They're gonna win.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna double down on that. Newcastle is gonna win somehow.
A third team runs onto the field and scores goals.
They're gonna win by making it onto the field
Yeah.
somehow.
Okay.
Even
If you can find any association to them,
Okay, that's a
like
all
if
right,
a
I'll
ref is a fan of them, maybe, or
If all of the members of a different team get onto the field without getting stopped, that team wins.
if there's
Yeah.
a dance number and like, are there dance numbers in soccer?
Why would there be dance numbers in
Oh.
soccer?
Even I knew
like the
that one.
halftime show, you know?
I mean, soccer is kind of an intricate dance of its own, I guess, right?
Wow, that's true.
Yeah.
It's poetry.
I want
in
dancing.
motion.
Yeah.
I want cute girls and
deep.
dancing, please.
That'd be nice.
You gotta watch. You gotta
would
watch the
be-
NFL for that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
maybe
Sure.
if soccer had cheerleaders, then Americans would give a fuck.
That's a good point.
Probably, honestly.
They've tried. Yeah,
I don't
British
know, dude.
people
I
just
still
don't
don't give
care.
a
They're just
fuck
like
about-
cheerleaders. I don't care. Kick ball.
What would they
you
do?
know?
Just have a bunch of
Well, I mean,
leprechauns?
they can like see titties on TV, like TV
Yeah,
format.
True.
Bro, that
so
didn't
it-
make
I
me watch
bet-
normal football, though.
I bet
Like,
halftime
it's not gonna make
dancers
me
were
watch
way more
soccer.
popular before internet came around.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep,
Yeah, you can see way crazier stuff on the internet than just some girls.
for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's like someone that goes
Yeah.
online
But it's
just
not
to
on
watch
live
the
television.
dancers.
Max, I'm going with my tried and true. They're both scoring a lot of points, 10-10, and they both have fun.
Okay. 10-10.
Shane,
fine.
I mean-
girls just want to have fun, okay?
Mhm.
You know, it's tried, but it's
Dude.
not true, Shane.
Is-
it is try.
Here's the thing, man. I've
Is
never
someone's
watched
mom bringing out the orange slices and Capri Suns at halftime? That's my shit.
Here's the thing. I've never watched a single game, right? So as far as I know, everyone in this room's fucking lying, and I'm right.
Mhm.
And I'm never gonna watch a game so that I can never know.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like
See-
Schrodinger's soccer game, I guess.
Yeah, in your own reality, you can just believe you're right,
Yeah.
and then you are.
Schrodinger's
Yeah, well, I mean, the first thing is that
Yeah.
you have to realize the spoon is not real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
The soccer ball's not real.
Yeah.
So I'm taking a class called sports economics this
Okay.
semester, and I think
Sounds
Riveting
We-
stuff.
well, I don't know so far, but like I think we might get into discussions about this because like it doesn't matter and people spend a ton of money on it. Okay,
Yeah.
anyways, let's
Max-
get through
Max,
these predictions. Hold
you're
on.
gonna be the person everyone hates in that class. I'm
No.
calling it now.
I'm gonna be the person everyone hates in this room with my class schedule. I'm
Nah,
so
dude,
sorry.
Like,
I've apologized
honestly,
to Maddie so many
listen,
times.
Max, least raving soccer fan. Like, straight up.
I guess,
Yeah, you're not even moderate.
Even
Yeah.
his
Really?
wildest take is probably like the most moderate soccer fan.
He doesn't even call it football.
That's true. You
Yeah.
say soccer.
Okay, I'm just gonna be real. As an American saying football, it just kind of feels racist. Like I
Oh,
know
yeah,
I know it's
yeah.
against
Yeah.
British people, but like I don't
You
know.
do call
You're white, dude.
fans.
You don't
you
get
do
to
call
decide if it's
fans
racist.
supporters though.
Yeah, because well, I don't know what to tell you on that. Yeah.
Okay, what's the question?
The question is, what is your prediction?
yeah.
On what?
The Spurs
Fulham
and
versus
Fulham.
Spurs.
I feel like this is just the fourth grade spelling bee all over again,
Yep.
and I'm gonna get it wrong no matter what I say.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I'll go Fulham, probably like 2-1.
Nice.
Oh, wow. You're just going to copy me.
Is that what you said?
I did.
That's what
Make
I did.
it
My
3-1.
That's what I did my first
Make it
episode. I
3-1.
said whatever Alex
Lock
said.
it
Let's
in.
unionize.
3-1.
Let's team up. We all win if
Patrick,
we go together.
Did you already
we
make
all
your
lose if
prediction?
we go together too.
No, I'm gonna say Fulham 4-1.
Nice.
Oh.
One.
Is
See, I
wait,
like
is this
this.
like The Price is Right?
No.
This is not the first
So,
time the
uh,
price
I'll
is right
go-
come up during the second.
Yeah.
I'll go $1 above each.
Yeah.
I just noticed
Uh,
that you went one above Alex, so
Yeah.
I thought I'd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how it works is if you get the the result right, as in win, loss, or draw, you get 1 point. If you get the score right, as in if it's 4-1, Patrick will get 3 points.
Oh, tight.
I am going to say a 2-2 draw again.
You know what? I'm
Whoa,
going to switch my
really?
score. I want to do 2-1 for the Spurs.
Fuck.
I want to
So-
screw over Patrick and Tyler's Price is Right shit.
All right.
Based on
fuck you.
the limited knowledge I have, I've never heard of the Spurs before in my life, so I can't assume they're good.
Okay.
Are they
I
not
just have to
good?
tell you, like it's Spurs. It's Tottenham Hotspur. The Spurs are the San Antonio Spurs.
I know, but
It's
you said Spurs, so now I'm
Yeah.
saying Spurs.
No, I know. It's not the Spurs. I'm
Okay,
just
time
saying.
out. If Newcastle comes on and the San Antonio Spurs come onto the field, 20 points.
If a guy named Antonio is on either team,
That'd be sick.
Okay, well
Yeah.
that's it.
Nice.
Got our
Can I
predictions
place a side bet that the ref's name is Michael and he's gay?
Okay, placing aside that the ref's name is Michael might be unfair. Like maybe even more.
Hey, but I
There's
added that
people in
and he's
England
gay.
are named
okay?
Michael.
All right, that's two things that have to line up. That's
All
at
right,
least
okay.
100 to 1 odds, dude.
Yeah. I'll give you 100 to 1.
Nice.
Dude, if you find out the ref's name is Michael and you learn that he's gay and I get 100 points in my first prediction.
Yeah, well, I mean, no one will ever catch up to that for
No
the
one
Yeah.
will
Yeah,
ever do it.
within this
Fine.
year, unless you're
These
hitting
points are
threes
real
on
hard
the
to come
daily.
by.
Yeah.
Ref is gay, Michael. Take that to Vegas.
You know what the ref is game Michael odds?
I should really walk up to a sports bettor in Vegas and be like, "Hey man, what are your gay ref odds?"
you're like, are you hitting on me
And
right now?
just see what they say. I'll bring a camera if I ever do
Yeah.
that.
I mean, you can bet on fucking everything.
Yeah,
There's,
normally you can.
I'm sure that there is somewhere you can bet on that. There has
Yeah.
to be, 100%, right?
And then like they'll just let the game play, and afterward, like if they learn that the ref was
Man,
gay, they'll give you the money.
If it's like
they'll give you the money.
odds that someone's gay, I'm winning that every single time. Does that exist? Can you bet on that?
Yeah, it's called homophobia.
Or, well, I don't
That's
know.
gay.
Sorry, wait, no, wait.
Gaydar. I guess.
Gaydar. Yeah.
Accuracy.
It's gaydar. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, my gaydar's broken to always on.
Oh, yeah.
I just assume everyone's gay.
I
until they
might
tell
I
me
might
they're
be
not.
leaning on that
Just
side too,
hopeful.
Tyler. Yeah.
It's all hope.
So what's everyone been up to this week? Anything new? Anything
I've
exciting?
been listening to a lot of audiobooks. I got massaged today.
You got a massage?
I get a massage every week. Every 2
Damn.
weeks. I'm so sorry. Every 2 weeks.
Good for
Dude,
you.
really quick, shout out Jamie. She fucking rocks. She's so good. It's like results driven massage. So it's not particularly relaxing necessarily. It can be.
No,
Right.
the vibes are there are no vibes. It's just results.
Well, so here's the thing.
It's more
My-
meant to achieve
Vibe
something.
neutral.
My experience with it is meant to be very results driven, right? My problem with massage is that I hate being quiet and like the music and like it being dark and shit because
I'll fall asleep.
it's a super intimate thing, right? In that like someone you do not know, you're mostly naked, potentially completely naked, and they're like just rubbing your body, right? And so my problem with getting massage is that like all of those things are completely fine except for the silence. I want to chit chat. I want to talk. I want to like talk shit, fucking whatever, right? And so what's cool about Jamie is that like I've known her for a while because we went to school and then we like went to Costco together for a little bit, and then Meg goes to her, and that's like how I started going to her too. And so I go there to fucking fix my body that hurts, that's like busted up, is broken, whatever, right? She does really great relaxing massages also, but like I want results driven massage. I want to get out of there fucking beat up and like feeling better tomorrow. I don't want to go and relax for the hour.
Do you ever cry afterwards?
No. So,
No?
but that might just be like a me problem. The fact that I just don't cry all that often, right?
I'll make you cry.
But dude, here's the thing. She does this. It's what we call the armpit thing. So what happens? It's gonna. I'll do my,
armpit thing.
Yeah. So this is. You guys want to talk results driven massage? This shit's fucking insane. So what you do is you bring your arm over like this. So you're laying on your back, over here, or maybe over here, and then she takes her elbow, puts it into like your armpit, right, like just above your lat. Then you bring it up, and then this way, and then you pull it over with your other arm as far as you can, and she's just sitting there, her whole body with an elbow into it until it slips. And my back is so fucked up all the time, but that shit, while it's happening, like will put you into shock. And then the moment it slips, it's like, oh fuck, I'm a brand new person. Absolutely amazing. But yeah,
Wow.
Jamie's sick. She does energy work too, which I really love. and it's like a little woo woo. We can get into that later, but
Does energy work? I sure hope it does.
yeah, shocking.
Go to Dimension Energy.
But yeah,
for
so
my
I
energy
did that,
work.
so that was good. But yeah, a lot of audiobooks, a lot of shooting.
Nice.
Yeah. Tyler, what have you been up to?
I've been playing a lot of Super Smash Bros. Melee for the
Sick.
Nintendo GameCube.
Yes. Now we're talking.
Who's your main?
So I main Peach in Super
Ooh.
Smash Bros. Melee. I mean, we've always been playing for a long time. There's references to it in the show, a lot of stuff like that. You know, we've been playing it since me and Patrick were in like 9th or 10th grade or something like that.
Yeah.
You been playing Slippy?
Yeah, I've been playing Slippy Online.
Ranked?
Ranked just came out.
Yeah, dude.
I've been stuck in Gold 2 hell for a long ass time, but I hope to get to. I want to get to as high as I possibly can, but you know, I've been playing people in like just barely got serious. Like I've only been maining Peach for probably like 2 years or something, really taking it seriously.
Okay.
And in Salt Lake City, the first local, I dragged Patrick to a local. So I'm like, yo, I actually like this game. Go to a local with me because I'm too much of a social troglodyte to be able to do this by myself.
Troglodyte.
And we go, and like the first person I end up playing at that local, and I didn't know this at the time because I didn't know what anyone looked like or follow, it was a guy named OKP.
Oh, yeah. Shit.
And he's actually ranked #1 in the state of Utah.
When was
Yeah.
this?
He's
This
a
week?
Pikachu?
This is months ago, and he
Oh.
mains Pikachu.
Yeah.
And like, I walk up, like me and Patrick hanging out, I walk up, and like he's like, he comes in, he sets his CRT, I'm just standing there, and he's like, yo, man, want to play a game? I play a game. I'm like, yeah. I don't know who he is. I didn't even ask.
Embarrassment.
No, and we sit
Did
down,
you
and
beat
like,
him?
I actually, like, this is my first game of the day, and very obviously his first game of the day, too. And like, I think him not seeing me before, like, made him think, like, this is some scrub.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so we sit down, and like, he's kind of just playing. Like, it's like, I can tell he's not trying too hard, but I have to try really hard, and I do end up taking the game.
Nice.
Fuck
But
yeah.
but no, the
Nice.
thing is that was one single game, and I took all my effort.
And then
to,
he
like,
just turned
no,
on.
and then he's like, okay, all right, I'm gonna try now, and he four-stocked me every single game.
Yeah.
But again, that's the #1 ranked player in the state. And
Yeah.
then the
Well,
next
that's
thing is
cool.
down here. I finally a good friend of ours in the music scene, Ryan Regario, and a couple of his friends have been
yeah.
around
Rug, yeah.
here also play.
Got a sick
And I finally got to go to a local down here that was held at the college, and Rug is his tag, his friend Keys, a Luigi player, and a guy named Hexus, a Marth player. I went to a local down there, and they were actually the only guys who could beat me down here, too. So I ended up getting, like, 4th or 5th at the local up there, and then, like, 4th at the one down here. So I'm, like, what does that mean? 8th best player in Utah.
Yeah.
But,
Dude, good job.
That's
and
sick.
then I'm going to be moving to Vegas here in early February.
Vegas' scene is gnarly, dude.
And my goal is to just be #1 PR in Vegas within the next year.
Sick.
I believe it.
And I think I can.
There's a lot of math rock in Vegas. You know, there's a lot of good melee in Vegas too.
The crossover is
It's
surprising.
There is
fucking
a
Yeah,
crossover.
the two
The
go
Venn
hand in
diagram
hand
is just
very,
a circle.
very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, congrats on gold 2. I'm at silver 2 right now.
Oh,
Actually,
you're actually playing online?
yeah, I've been playing ranked. Yeah. I'm actually in silver 1. I'm 0.8 points away from silver 2. I'm
hit
so
gold,
pissed.
I've hit gold 3, and then I end up just getting fucked down to gold
Right.
2 again.
Yeah.
So.
Who's your main? Who do you main? Alec?
I've been doing Marth.
Oh, sick. Yeah.
But I did Falco for a while, but like my
You giving
Falco.
up on the bird, bro?
Yeah, because you have to be good. You don't have to be good with Marth. You just have to know how to use your C-stick really well. And I actually really wish that I.
Bro, all I do is down smash. You ain't gonna
Yeah.
tell me shit about a C-stick.
That's basically it. If I had the balls, I would just stick to Samus the whole time and do
Right.
Samus
That's it.
runs.
No,
But
Dude,
Yeah.
I would
I think
fucking
it
love
could.
if you still ripped out a Samus
Yeah.
every now and then.
yeah,
I think a good mid-tier can actually carry you to gold 2. I think like
Yeah.
if you are actually like really good fundamentally with
Yeah.
a mid-tier like Samus or Luigi, it'll carry you pretty far into gold.
well, that's the problem. Is I'm not good fundamentally.
Well,
I just go for crazy stuff, and sometimes it works.
yeah.
But like talking
You,
about.
you got the right spirit.
Yeah, I'm a heart player. Speaking of mid tiers, fucking our boy Amsa taking
Yeah.
a turn
Yeah.
major last year.
he's won
Dude.
3 majors now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amsa is up there. Fucking Axe won a few years ago. Like the mid tiers are on the rise. I'm expecting to see a Samus come up and be like a big deal.
I think
It could be you.
No, it couldn't,
No.
Shane. You're wrong.
there is a really good Samus player. I can't remember his name now. It's
Swooper?
Yeah, Swooper.
Yeah, the
Swooper.
Super's fucking sick.
So he could, he's getting better.
Yeah.
Honestly, like if Plup wanted to, he could probably win like a small regional with. He does win.
Oh,
Small
yeah, absolutely.
regionals
Yeah,
with Samus still. So
I was a
like,
little
it's
bit bummed when he switched.
doable.
because I mean, well, Plup is really good with like his Sheik and Fox, but like I loved seeing him with that Samus when he was pulling out when he got those crazy sets off of Leffen, and then
that was
the best Samus moment. Go ahead.
I feel like that was something that was just really important for Plup's career in general. Like those are probably his most clipped moments of all time. Like that just did so much for him. Personally.
They're so good, and that actually led to maybe one of my favorite Melee moments, which is that it was like Beast 6, I think, and Westballs is playing against
Westballs
Leffen.
switched on him,
and so Leffen and Westballs are going at each other. And Westballs is a really good Falco, and Leffen's like a Fox, like god, and they're playing in winner's side, and it's a really intense set, but Westballs takes it, and so Westballs wins like the set, but then he gets knocked out into losers, and they meet up again in losers. And as the ultimate form of disrespect, Westballs goes Samus because Leffen historically has like trouble against Samus. Yeah, and he loses, of course, but he just does it just to fuck with him.
Well,
just
and he goes Samus, and he doesn't even really fight. He kind of just sits there and like taunts like over and over.
Yeah, and
being a jerk.
And then the next game, he goes back to Falco, and he pulls out 2 of the fucking coolest 0 to deaths on Leffen, like ever. And he still loses the game because it's Westballs, and of course.
Also, like probably his most clipped combos of all time which Leffen's got this really crazy thing where everybody pulls off their sickest shit against Leffen for some reason. Right. And it's not even like he's a bad player. He's like a top really player. Like he's like an extremely good, but for some reason everybody pulls out their best shit against him.
It's because everyone just has to try so hard.
Yeah,
I guess.
There's also something like more satisfying against being like disrespecting Leffen just because of like the personality he's developed for years.
So something that just comparison with soccer and Melee is a lot of times like players on smaller teams, the coolest stuff they ever do, like their highlight reel stuff, is against the big teams because it's harder to beat them. So you have to do something way crazier to beat them, really, right? Yeah. So if he's just better, you have to be better to beat him, which means that like you have to do crazier stuff.
Yep.
You're hitting your fucking flow state, bro.
Yeah. Also, Leffen, I hardly know him.
Oh.
Dude, also
that guy tonight.
with like, dude, and I think top 100 diversity is high as it's ever been, which is great.
Yeah, dude.
Laud got ranked 11 this year, like the PR that just came out.
The top
and
10
that
hasn't
surprised
come out
me.
till tomorrow.
Top 10 isn't out. Laud got 11. I still think Laud is top 10. And I think if Laud wasn't being busy, like
being a doctor,
being a surgeon.
What the fuck?
Then,
Hang
so
on, what?
my favorite Peach player in Super Smash Bros. Melee is a top 20. He's rank 11. Is also a hand surgeon, and
What's he ranked at being a hand surgeon?
Hang on, did you just say?
He does it. I don't know.
I mean, competitive.
He's done surgery on himself. To
they have both hands out.
He's biohacking. He's biohacking.
Yeah.
But I think that like if Laud wasn't doing that, being a he got into top 20. He was ranked top 10 last year, but or during the summer I think he got 8.
Yeah,
and
so fucking good.
That's when he was in medical school. He was concurrently going through medical school to be a surgeon while being a top 100 player.
There's just some people in the world who are better than
and
you.
He's just better. So I think if he wasn't a surgeon, he probably would be taking actual majors and super majors, which I would love to see a Peach take a major
Bring
again.
Back Dr.
I want to see. Bring out who?
PPMD.
Dr. PP.
PPMD, dude.
He might be making a comeback. We'll see.
PPMD's the king.
He's been saying that for like
I think
8
it's
years.
really...
He's not making a comeback.
No, he's not.
I mean, well, there's hope.
No.
I think it's really healthy to cross train like that, though. You know, go to medical school.
So you're saying
also get really good at Smash.
Yeah.
if I go to college, I'll also get better at Smash?
No, I'm saying like focus on both, enjoy both 100% while you're doing them. But
well, you can enjoy hand surgery. You can't enjoy
and then you can
Melee.
find
No Melee player actually enjoys playing Melee.
It's a curse.
You enjoy winning. You don't play the game. You don't play the game because you love it. You love beating people.
Yeah.
You love winning. You hate losing, and you hate playing the game, and you hate every matchup.
Yeah, you want 3 micrograms of dopamine.
But you want that hit of dopamine for being like, yeah, I'm better than you.
Yeah.
Are there any baller Game & Watch mains?
There's one called Querb.
Curb.
Yeah.
Curb. Yeah.
Okay.
Curb.
It's with a Q.
Which I don't know if he's
Well,
still
it's
active.
Qerb. Querb. Curb.
Yeah, I don't know if he's still active, but he got real good, dude, which is
Yeah.
surprising. No one had
Yeah.
ever seen a Game & Watch actually get that good.
He's got some pretty sick combo videos online. If you look him up, just QERB.
Yeah.
Sweet. I'll do that for sure.
Going back to your mid-tier point. Sorry to everyone who doesn't play like Melee like competitively like us.
No, I
two do.
hate all of you. You're all bad.
But this is my opportunity to talk about it.
Yeah.
I think that with ranked online, actually, there's this opportunity for top tier players to actually legitimately play their mid tiers, like Leffen going Mewtwo or Mango going Dr. Mario,
yeah.
Doc Lee, yeah. And actually doing those and pushing it and doing it for fun, but also kind of showing
push
it
the
off.
boundary.
It does.
It shows how far you can take a low character with game knowledge and with skill, which I think is super cool.
Yeah, didn't you like lose to a Donkey Kong recently?
I lost to a
Dude, I
Donkey Kong
get wrecked
twice,
by
and it's
mid-tiers.
like, man, there's nothing worse. You
Double
just feel bad.
donkeyed, man.
Yeah. I think what I
Double
do.
donk.
I'll donk your Kong.
Roy Donk. Roy Donkey Kong.
Is Donkey Kong related to King Kong?
Did they
Gotta
get the
be.
name from that?
It's gotta be.
Yeah, the Kong lineage has to extend back far enough to, yeah.
He is like in no form a donkey. Where does this come from? Do Japanese people not know what a donkey is?
They're like, it's a donkey? Maybe it was supposed to be Monkey Kong, but they like the translation screwed up.
It's the genus Donkeus Kongus.
I never actually
Yes,
realized
it's
that
Latin.
monkey and donkey are
They
one
have
letter away.
they have a common ancestor.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a DK play Melee? Have you seen a DK main? There's
Homeless
some fucking donkeys, dude.
Yeah. They're jackasses, bro. Yeah.
But that's all I do is play Melee, be a degenerate, drink, and do sound. That's kind of it.
Nice.
So
Let's trade the
I like a little bit
numbers.
of poker too. That's about it. That's probably the lowest rung on my tier though.
Yeah. Poker.
But you're moving to Vegas.
I'm moving to Vegas, so I'm either gonna be a top 100 Smash player, the best audio engineer making bank you've ever seen, or a pro poker player in the next 10 years. So we'll see which one happens.
I support all three journeys.
I only support one of them.
Or
Fun.
or a famous actor / podcaster at Bumpy Soup
I support that
Incorporated.
one. Yeah.
So there's
we
about
go.
4 different universes.
Hey guys, let's bump it up.
Yeah.
Come on,
Bump
y'all.
it.
Bump
Let's bump it up.
up.
Bump it up.
Bump
it up.
Fuck
It's
this.
getting bumpy.
I don't know what this chant is for.
Bump it up.
Is that the
We-
slogan?
We really need someone to produce a bump it up song, like bump it. Bump it.
Morgan hit me
Bump
up a
it
couple days ago and was
loud.
like,
Too
hey,
bad.
send me a sample. I was like,
Oh,
of what?
really?
So
There we go.
There it is.
Let's just
I'm
take
I'm
like
looking for a version of pump up the jams.
bump up the jams?
Pump
Yeah.
it up.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure there's like an 80s track somewhere
That's
that says
it.
bump it up. Like I swear that's in a song
Just pump
somewhere.
it up. It's
Yeah.
pump it up.
It's
okay.
pump it.
Pump it
I
up.
think everything is pumped
What?
from that time.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
really
just
is,
take
huh?
any SSX Tricky song
Exactly.
and then put the words
Inflatables
bump it
were
up.
big.
Take
to
the rock
it.
around,
There's
it's bumping.
so many
It's
SSX
bump, bump,
Tricky
bump, bump,
songs.
bumpy
Like,
soup.
you
Well,
do
you
any of
also
it.
could take the Bump It ad, right? Like for Bump It's.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah, I
Or
know
bump
what
it's
you're
like
talking
whippets, but
No,
like
no,
No,
they-
No,
that's
no,
hair
no. It's
product.
like the
Yeah.
hair thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Fuck. Yeah.
Sample
Bump
that.
it.
I don't know what you're talking
Bump
about.
it.
Yeah. It's like an
Bump
as
it.
seen on TV.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a telemarketing ad
It's
where
like
it's like a little
Literal little plastic clippy, clip thing that
Okay.
you put right here on your head to make your hair
clip.
like have
So
more
you would put the
volume
clip
or
and then put your
something.
hair over it, so you have like the pompadour bump.
Oh,
thing. But
okay,
it's
cool.
like
Bump
the
it.
whatever
The
the
reverse.
what's the like the beehive kind of
The
shit
pompadour.
back in that day.
I
Yeah.
always think of polygamous people.
Yeah.
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 Or like Utah 2010.
Sure. Yeah. Just Utah
Yeah.
in general, I guess.
No, it was
Right.
like it was earlier than that. It was like 2005.
That's like I mean,
Mm.
it reminds me of like the 50s housewife, but I
Yeah.
don't.
You know, it's cyclical.
Utah's pretty behind, so I guess it could be.
Yeah.
Any of the long-haired dudes here, have you ever put your hair up like that, like the beehive?
God no.
Patrick?
I would like to think I'd look pretty good. Should we try it?
You always
Dej, are
look good,
you
babe.
with Patrick right now?
Deja's not in the room now.
maybe that's what you could rock next time.
Do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And we'll post it. If Patrick gets his hair done up in a beehive, we'll post it on Patreon.
There you go.
But only on Patreon.
Only on Patreon.
Oh, by the way, we have a Patreon
Drink.
and it's $5 a month. And with the Patreon membership, you get to be a part of the Watch of the Week Club, which means you get to find out a week in advance what we're watching, so you can basically watch with us and then, you know, take part in the episode. And you can also suggest episodes that we watch in the future. We post like exclusive behind the scenes photos and videos to the Patreon. What else do we do on the Patreon?
Post exclusive content like Patrick and the Beehive.
Sometimes we say something that's like a little too explicit or too like Beehive hairstyle-y,
A little bit too.
and we post it on the Patreon.
There's also going to be a secret $100 tier that is just videos of me sucking everyone on the cast stick.
That's
so
right. In
stay tuned
VR.
for that. In VR.
We'll see.
No, I'll be like shooting like film photos and shit like that too. So like it'll be like quality.
They're
stuff.
beautiful too.
Yeah, it, you know, I think we have a bunch of creative people. We
I'm
can
probably
going to
start doing some sort of a behind the scenes little fun thing myself too, and I think I'll just make that a Patreon exclusive as well.
That'd be sick.
I'm going to be bumping it up, so...
Again, if you want to
guys.
see me suck everyone's dick, subscribe to Patreon.
let's bump it up. Let's suck
If you
everyone's
want to
dick.
see me
Come on.
suck a dick, Patrick's hair in a beehive, Max bumping it up.
Some cool
subscribe
film
to
Bumping it up
Patreon.
is a
Give us
state
your
of
fucking
mind.
Money, honey, give us the money.
really quick, you actually can't post like that explicit things
Not
on
that explicit.
on Patreon.
That's
I
for
can
the
post a picture of
OnlyFans.
my
Bumpy
asshole.
Yeah.
Soup OnlyFans.
Bumpy fans.
Oh,
picture.
Only Soup.
It can't be explicit.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tyler.
No,
It's
but you're
just
right. You're
soup.
right. There will not actually be videos of me sucking dick on Patreon. That is against the terms of service, okay? Just so that's
Sometimes
not false
it's like
advertising.
soup, but sometimes it's like that gourmet soup.
Delicious soup.
Only
Yeah.
soup. Just steamy ass film pictures of soup.
like ASMR soup making.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just some like the
Anyway,
sound
there's
of it, like, bubbling.
content.
Yeah.
There's
The
content.
bubbling, it's boiling, kind of. It's simmering.
Yeah, you take the
sorry.
lid off,
Yeah.
and then like some of the condensation drips off, and like sizzles on the.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm
Only
getting
soup.
horny thinking about these
Yeah.
soups, bro.
We're gonna need to take a break real quick.
We don't have to stop the pod. Just give me a minute.
So I have something I want to talk about. Something else.
Awesome.
So, and this somewhat relates to the episode, but I don't want us to get detracted while we're in the middle of talking about this. So how it relates to the episode is okay. So Patrick, in the first episode of the Bumpy Soup podcast, got a new tire, right, given to him, and he thought that it may have been this dude that we went to high school with, who he gave a tire one time, named Kelvin. Okay. Now Kelvin kind of looks like what's his name on Workaholics?
Oh, I don't remember the character's name, but I know who
Blake?
you're talking
No.
about.
Montez?
Adam?
Their coworker.
What- who is it?
Their coworker.
Montez.
Yeah, Montez.
Montez.
Yeah.
Montez.
Okay. So last episode we were talking about how Kelvin's Instagram had gotten hacked by an investing thing, right? You know?
Right.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So this has now progressed. His Instagram has now been completely changed into a girl who does Instagram investing and just has like enormous fake huge tits.
Hell yeah.
And
It's a sign from my dad.
Holy shit,
that's like 2 or 3 episodes ago. That's
oh
good.
my god. Oh my god.
I'm out of the
really
loop on this.
good.
Does your
That's
dad
really
have giant fake tits? Is this the joke?
No, it's his sign. It's his
It's a
sign.
sign?
Yeah,
We'll talk about it
yeah,
after.
Yeah,
We'll
talk
talk about it
about
after. Yeah.
Anyways, okay, so Kelvin's entire account has now been changed into being this investing girl. Like the name is changed to like Melody Day or W something, and like, anyways, yeah, it's just funny. It's gone all the way now.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah, and so if he gave you a tire, he gave everything for that, dude.
That's how he got the tire.
The devil's like, I will replace the tire, but you will lose your soul.
Oh my god.
Instagram account.
Thank you, Kelvin. I
Anyway,
appreciate your
Kelvin.
sacrifice. I hope you enjoy your huge fake tits.
And investing advice.
And your father.
Yeah, and my father.
It's Shane's father.
Oh my god.
That's my dad.
That's so sick, dude.
Oh man.
Fucking rocks.
Emily just missed it. That was for the dudes only.
Boys Club.
Yeah. Fuck, that's awesome, man.
Howdy there, friends. Did you know that for the price of a cup of coffee or a foot-long sandwich, you can support us on Patreon? Our patrons get exclusive bonus content and deleted scenes, as well as access to our very special Watch of the Week Club. Come be our friend, and please give us that money, honey.
I want to talk about the yak of the week. The yak.
Yak! Sponsor us, yak!
So the first thing is, I can't believe that they commented on that video.
Yeah, let's go.
Because
thank you, college interns who run the Yak account.
There's no way that they loved that.
Hope you're unpaid.
There's no way they loved. Right? We talked about hentai and sucking each other off.
There's no way that Yik Yak loved that. Right. So secondly, I really had to think about what I wanted to do for this episode. I had a couple that were kind of in the running, and I ultimately went with one. And I chose this one as an act of allegiance with this guy. So my hope is that we can find this person, take care of business. So I don't have my phone on me, but essentially the yak was like, it starts out, bros before hoes is a fucking joke. My best friend fucked my GF, and I'm calling you out, blah, 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 whatever. Fuck you, initials D and F. Fuck you, DF.
Okay.
Ooh.
And so,
DF?
right.
Dylan Francis.
So my first thought, Dylan has to be a fucking Dylan.
I was thinking Dylan too.
There's no way it's not a Dylan.
Dylan or Dallin, maybe.
Right, for sure.
Utah. It has to be
one of those,
Dylan.
right? Yeah. So spelled with a bunch of Y's and H's.
Yeah.
So I picked that one.
Dillham.
Dylan. Yeah. So.
Sorry. Go ahead.
So yeah. This is a call out. Fuck you, DF. Probably Dylan.
Yeah, fuck you, DF.
Wait, I thought you were in solidarity with him.
No, because
The guy who
DF
posted it.
fucked his buddy's girlfriend.
Yeah, DF
okay.
is the one who's in
Yeah.
trouble.
All right.
Yeah, more like
call out.
Daddy.
more
Yeah,
like
we hate DF.
Name one name other than Dylan that's more likely to fuck your girlfriend. Like
Django.
that's just like
it's
the
gotta
type
be
of guy.
Dylan, right?
It's
gotta be
Dylan.
Dylan.
Yeah, it's
so
Dylan.
Daniel.
Maybe Tyler.
Yeah, probably Tyler.
was thinking-
I'll fuck your boyfriend. Not
yeah. So, anyway, so that was my yak of the week. I really just wanted to, in solidarity with the guy that got his girlfriend fucked his
Man.
buddy. Lame. Fuck
Yeah.
you, DF.
I'm sorry,
buddy.
Yacker.
Shout
that
out to the
sucks.
guy.
Fuck
Yeah.
Dylan.
Yeah. And
This is
then,
an anti-Dylan podcast.
Yeah.
yeah, DF. And then I was thinking more like DTF.
Oh. Dylan to
Went there.
Francis.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyway, fuck you, DF. That's lame, man.
Is
That's
your
lame as
name
fuck.
Yak of the
Dylan
week.
Theodore Francis.
Yick, yeah,
'Cause-
yick,
Yak,
yeah,
yick,
Yak,
yak,
yak. Sponsor
yak,
us, but pay
yak,
yourself
yak,
first because
yak.
you're interns.
Yeah.
I have a hard time imagining that any intern is not paid something in
I think that's what
2023.
intern means.
No, yeah, like
I'm almost
there are
positive.
still unpaid interns.
So,
So
Fuck.
okay, this
in
is
the year
thing, is that
2023.
There needs to be an
term
intern strike.
Well, everyone who works at a place that hires interns comes from a family that is paying for their entire living expenses
Anyway.
while they were an
I
intern.
don't agree with
right? Like
that.
that's how it
No,
works.
I think you can still be an intern on school loans and stuff like that. So like
No,
you're
I
accumulating
was an
debt
intern
while
and I
being
got
an
paid a
unpaid
wage
intern
and
while
my
going to
parents
school.
weren't supporting
So
me. Yeah.
you got paid for an internship.
Yeah, I did.
Interesting.
For
I
like
there
never.
are
a year-
paid internships
no, no.
and there are unpaid
Company
internships.
here's what
Yeah.
companies will do. They will milk your internship for as long as they possibly can until you threaten to quit. And you're an intern for like 6 months after you graduate college.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's maybe a 1%er situation that your
Yeah.
parents are putting you through that and
Yeah,
you
it's
get it. Yeah.
Watching.
I'm just saying that's
watching-
not the standard, Max. Don't assume
Yeah.
that because
Yeah, I mean, I've
late stage capitalism fucks us all, bro. Like we are not
Mhm.
against each other. We are against the bourgeoisie.
Thank
Yep.
you, Tyler.
Yeah.
Let's
Good
pivot
reminder.
the conversation to this for a second.
I do not want to get started
Children,
on politics. God damn it.
the bourgeoisie are after you.
Yeah.
Fucking landlord.
You get your meal first, then the bourgeoisie.
I'm just saying, getting mad at people getting shit paid for them is not who to get mad at. It's to get mad at the people who put the things in place for
Yeah.
these people to be there. You know.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
like Jeg Bezos.
Like Jeg
Jag.
Biggest.
yeah.
Jugs Bezos.
Jugs Bezos.
Jugs biggest.
That being said, if you're looking for an unpaid internship to work on a podcast, we're
Yes.
not hiring. We're fine.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
Look
We're
elsewhere.
all right.
But if you want to pay us,
If you want to be a patron.
Yeah.
If you want to pay us, there's a way to do that.
yep, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess like the first tier could be like a paying intern.
Yeah.
Paying.
A pain intern.
Pain intern.
Yeah, or a paying intern. That's good too.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, we got to go into Watch of the Week. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
I'll-
have things to talk about pain interns.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, watch of the week. This week we watched Workaholics Season 1, Episode 3, Office Campout.
Woo! Bump it up.
Bump it up.
Bump it up.
The premise of this episode is that the boys, their house is getting fumigated, so they need to. So they decide to camp out. They decide to camp out at the office, where they take mushrooms, and some burglars break in, and they have to defend their boss's turf.
And their turf.
Yeah. So I suggested this episode. I really like this show. I used to watch it a lot. I mean, this episode is now almost 12 years old.
Fuck.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I used to watch it like back when I was in college, and I was kind of in a friend group that was a little bit more kind of adjacent to that. And I think that this show did a really good job of showing off this sector of society, right? This kind of stoner one in a way that felt like really true and honest, and funny. That wasn't really shown really that well. Like usually stoners are like the guys that just kind of like sitting in the chair like, what, bro? But this was like a bunch of dudes just kind of hanging out and like partying and being stupid and stuff.
Like,
And
it's
you have
not-
Durs who like wants to be a city councilman, right? Where it's like, the
Yeah.
stoner isn't the dude who's
Yeah.
sitting in
Yeah.
the...
Yeah.
It's not. It can be a stoner comedy and have like honestly no weed references in the entire episode. I like
Stoners are people too.
Yeah,
That's
shrooms.
right.
But I like Workaholics a lot because in like the social media videos that have been shared of Good Show so far, we get a lot of comments
We do.
that say like this is Workaholics vibes for sure.
Yeah.
And I think we identify.
Yeah,
lot
because we're kind of
with
like stoner comedy
their
that
stuff.
has three, 20s,
3 dudes.
20-something dudes.
There are a lot of parallels.
Yeah. And I think there's kind of like some parallels between like the characters there and there too. Like
Patrick is the most breedable man on YouTube since Blake Anderson.
Breedable?
We can all agree with that.
Okay.
yeah.
Breedable.
Yeah.
Wow.
Patrick,
Dub the.
I dub you the most breedable man on YouTube since 1993.
thou shalt be brelt.
Yuck. Yeah, man, for sure.
The thing is that, like, I'm already a goddamn alcoholic, stoner ass, hippie ass, degenerate.
Yeah.
And so it's really easy to put that on camera. And if it happens to be like Workaholics, then, it's just because
Relatable.
that it's like a slice of life anime, bro. That's just
Yeah.
that's who we are. That's our life. That's what we do. I mean, granted, we don't actually like rip apart houses and get scared of zombies, but
you're not actually dumb.
I'm not actually. I might
promise I'm
actually
not
be
dumb.
stupid, but I'm not that stupid. None of us are. Patrick isn't that naive
No.
and stuff like that. But like, it really is kind of us just taking the caricature of our lives. you
Max
know?
is exactly
It is a
Max apparently.
caricature.
So
a little bit, but
I
Aqua
think
Supreme.
I almost think it's more of kind of just like extreme long form method acting, right?
yeah. I've been preparing for this role my entire
we're all
life.
experienced. We all put a lot into our craft here.
I've been thinking about this since I was born.
These
bro.
three guys are actually British.
I'm actually character acting right now.
Yeah.
I'm actually from the UK.
It's all for you, audience.
Yeah.
I've never smoked weed in my life.
Yeah.
Just beans and toast, baby. That's it.
Bangers and mash.
I feel like maybe a good way to go through this episode in particular would be like maybe
Chronologically.
chronologically. Jesus.
Big word.
Yeah, it is a big word.
Just a really big world.
Yeah,
Well,
let's
the
do it.
opening scene.
Because the opening scene is fucking
Opening scene is great.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
fire.
It's a good cold
So
open.
this is one of them. It's similar to the Community episode that we watched, where it made me go, "Oh, I forgot that this is how it is. I forgot that they're fumigating their house, and that's why they have to be
Yeah.
at the office."
Yeah.
Which is, I always think it's interesting when shows do that, because on one hand, I think it's like good writing that like there's so much other stuff that goes on, you almost forget this one storyline that's
Totally.
going on.
I would say that almost definitely they wanted to do the Office Campout episode, and they tried to figure out a reason why, and they came
Yep.
up with the house fumigation thing, and then they wrote that opening scene as a way to just like introduce
Just
it,
a reason.
because the only
For
other thing
sure.
that's mentioned is when they're there and he shows them the picture of the tent.
It's
Right.
like
Yeah.
we watched this twice in the last 2 days. Once last night and once today. And last night I missed like the 2 lines in the second scene at the beginning where they talk about fumigating the house. I would have never known that was even a
because even
concept.
in the
I would have
opening,
thought
you
they
just never
just
say
Bunch of
that.
dead
Totally.
smart kids.
that first scene is so good though,
Yeah.
with Blake and the fucking glasses and the close
Yeah.
up, like almost fisheye situation.
Yeah, I think that it's possible that is actually a reference to Robert De Niro in Brazil. So once the Workaholics guys watch this episode, I would just like you to confirm that is actually what you were referencing.
Please confirm.
And
Would it
to
be
help
them
with
or the
that,
writers,
we are
though?
in solidarity with
They're
the
the writers.
Workaholics
They are the
movie.
writers?
Fuck
I
Paramount
didn't know
Plus.
that actually.
Yeah, fuck Paramount Plus. There's our anti.
Yeah, anti-sponsorship is fuck Paramount
Yeah.
Plus, canceling the Workaholics movie.
Boo!
Also being a fucking shitty ass
Ew.
Viacom CBS
Yeah, no.
multi-conglomerate piece of shit.
I'd like to talk about this
Antitrust
for a
laws,
second
dude.
here.
We need
Yep.
to get back on
Paramount
that shit.
Plus has nothing to do with soccer at all. They suddenly come in and they buy the rights to Serie A and the Champions League.
Yep.
So everyone has to buy Paramount Plus because they have the Champions League. They do the worst coverage of the Champions League possible. They make the worst app possible. There's no rewinding. There's no fast forwarding. There's no watching
Max.
replayed stuff.
That's
Horrible.
disgusting.
Detroiters deserves a much better streaming service. Fuck Paramount Plus.
Have
Fuck
you tried
Paramount
getting
Plus.
mad about it?
fucking taking the Paramount name from a company that you bought out to hide over your Viacom ass bullshit company. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Give us 10.
Viacom is already a ripoff of Volcom.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Listen, we're all like millennial or younger, right?
Yeah.
So we all know that capitalism sucks. There's no reason to reinstate that.
No, there is. Fuck Paramount Plus.
I mean, we could say that all we want, but
Paramount Plus, give us $10,000 and we'll take this off the podcast.
there you go. That's
Boom.
action. That's what I'm talking
Yep,
about.
anti-sponsorship.
You can be mad about it all you want. It takes
Your
action.
marketing PR team probably sucks already, though, because you didn't do the research into how the public would react to this. So
Idiots.
still 10,000. Sorry.
What if we're being psyopted though to like gain excitement for the Workaholics movie?
Oh, interesting. That's part of the marketing.
Yeah,
ploy.
exactly.
Nah.
I mean, it's a new way to do it, I guess.
You know,
Yeah.
Who the fuck psyopted you? Like, where did
I
that?
don't.
Adam
Where-
DeMint would never do
where did
that
it
to
come
us.
Did you
No,
sign
so
up
either.
yourself?
Yeah.
psyoped myself.
Can you psyop yourself?
Alec, it's been 4 years. You need to wake up.
Paramount Plus, Workaholic movie.
Yeah, Paramount Plus. What are you talking about, man? We're gonna go play Wii bowling.
Okay, so there's a really funny like thing that happens in the opening scene where like Blake is like it's showing their characters really well where Blake is like helping Anders out and Anders is laying there while Adam's there. And Adam's being antagonistic. He's like, maybe I've been punching you in your sleep. He's like, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, it makes more sense than you remember. Well, did you then?
Did you do it then? Were you?
This one scene is like telling you everything you really need to know about each character, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Blake is being like this supportive, like mommy kind of.
Blake definitely is
Mommy
mommy.
Blake.
You're so
mommy,
right, dude.
yeah.
Blake's got big tits energy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whenever I
Dirt-
see Blake, I
Dirt's
think of
being
my
a-
dad. I'm sorry. We just talked about bringing this up again.
That's my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Blake being a mommy. You got Durs being like the straight man, yet also kind of sensitive. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
Adam being a fucking I punch you in your sleep,
Yeah.
bro.
I'm strong. I'm cool.
strong. Dude,
Yeah.
they're flexing. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah,
The
you are.
flexing is so
Let's move on to
fucking
the
funny.
next shot thing, though. So it goes into when they're hanging out and they're talking.
So with what Emily was saying about that scene where she missed, where they talk about the fumigation, he says that looks like a circus. I'd want to go play in there. They should name it something like Homework Town.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
fucking funny.
Homework.
Town.
Or
Okay,
homework store.
Homework
And I
store.
love that.
I especially love the line afterwards. Or is it Blake that says
Blake
it?
says it, yeah.
Yeah, because he's like, or you just have a bunch of dead smart kids.
Yeah,
I like that.
I
That
also
got
like
me.
the implication that there's a bunch of smart kids that are like, oh,
Homework
school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good thing. And like, him throwing the nuts and just like that whole situation that happens in that scene is really.
He's on the phone. He's like, "Oh, we won't do business then. Oh, okay, we won't do business
Yeah.
then."
Yeah.
Just getting mad.
Yeah, maybe
While
we should go.
losing a sale.
Maybe we should go on that campout we've never talked about.
Yeah.
Oh, so I always watch with captions on, and Adam says bro bonding, but the captions say bro bondage.
That's right.
Hell
And
yeah.
I this bro bondage concept comes full circle. It does.
It does, yeah.
With the net or something? Is that what you
Yeah,
talking
the
about?
Ethernet.
Yeah.
They tie up. Yeah. Anyway,
Oh, I thought you were talking about.
I don't want to spoil the
Or
episode.
they tie
but
up the
I thought you
guys.
were talking about Tyler's
Bro
character
bondage.
wearing a gimp suit.
I mean,
yeah.
like there are a lot of parallels to
Yeah.
Good Show
Fun
and
fact,
Workaholics.
I was originally written into the show as wearing a full body gimp suit.
Still might come back.
Still might come
Canonically,
back.
he lives in a chest in Patrick's room, but
Canonically.
back to our show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when Blake's talking about the camping trip, he's like, "It's free, it's fun, and you just might learn something."
Also that scene. So they talk about the circus thing, and then it goes into another thing where they're on the phones, right?
Yeah.
Which is where he's saying that. Adam's on the phone to a child, and he's like, "Oh, go get your dad's credit card." And then when
Seriously?
Montez walks
Oh.
in, he goes, "Oh crap, I lost them," because like he's just talking to some kid. And the thing is, this
I
if you
didn't
watch
even notice
Workaholics
that.
enough, like he's always talking to children, trying to get them to give them their parents' credit card. It's like a thing.
Durs's?
No, Adam.
Oh.
It's like his main sales technique. He's like, all right, I know they got a credit card. Go find them. Like,
Yeah.
no, they want to
So
get you
funny.
20 of these for your birthday. Like, this is what they've been planning. I've been talking to them. This is their whole plan. You just got to do it for me right now, kid.
Yep.
Wow. Amazing.
They do a really good job of introducing a couple side characters. Montez and Waymond are in this, and Montez being like
shirt.
wanting the shirt.
Well, yeah, because the next scene, so after the opening and stuff like that, they're talking about the fumigation, and then it's the IT guy.
Yes,
is
IT
there,
guy.
and
Yep.
it introduces the IT guy and the concept of an IT guy being there.
Well,
and
is
he's-
Montez the IT guy
no,
though?
no.
He's
Works
not.
No.
Which they make a joke
No
about
way.
that.
Yeah.
But he's like, "I got that tornado off your computer." Yeah.
Because that's why Montez gets butthurt about the shirt. And he's like,
Yeah.
"You're not an IT guy." And then it makes a few jokes about that, introducing Montez and Wayman and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is also the first time in the episode that Adam is like body shaming Durs.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
this
I don't even know if
happens
it's
like
shaming because like Durs
It's-
is into it a little bit.
there's some dynamic going on there, and like it
Shake
feels
those
a little
B
like
cups for me.
projection after shake it for me.
Bodacious C cups.
Bodacious.
Adam has a lot of body insecurity throughout the whole series. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Wait, and
Yeah.
so I don't know if you guys watched the first two episodes, but the episode where Montez does all like the old memes and stuff, is that before this?
No, that's this episode.
Oh,
Talks about Leroy Jenkins.
No. There's one where he does the gopher.
The gopher.
Oh.
Yeah. So the thing is that he does he references him doing that. So I'm thinking that because I actually think that's like one of the first episodes. Like one of the
probably
first
one
two.
or two, yeah.
Yeah, because that's when Adam meets Montez. And or no. You know what it is? It's in like season 5 when they do like when they first meet, when they first go in. So that's actually crazy. That
They do a flashback of Montez. Yeah.
yeah, and
Show
like, it's
memes.
written into this third episode that he does this like joke on old memes, and then in that episode, I didn't realize that when I
wow.
wrote this down.
Yeah.
Good personality.
That's insane. Great
It's
continuity,
almost like
dude.
these guys are good writers.
Yeah, these guys deserve a movie, Paramount
They
Plus.
fucking deserve a movie. I'm like, just a general comment about the episode. They fit so many fucking little giggles into this thing,
Yeah.
and it's maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah. It's insane
Like,
how many micro jokes are happening.
It really is crazy. I have
I'll
like
show you a
2
micro
pages
joke.
of notes. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Really quick,
Yep.
Paramount Puss.
Nice.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
10,000K.
So another thing that I think is interesting, I mean, just going on with this episode, when they go into sorry, did you have anything else about that
Nope.
scene? They go into the break room, and
Yeah.
Alice comes in, right? And I mean, she's just like cussing them out and tells them about the security thing. That's the last time you hear about it, right?
Yep.
So like, if you pick up on it right then the rest of the episode makes sense to you. If you don't,
You have to
might
be
think
sharp.
that you're getting broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do a good job of like, I mean, this is good writing though, is setting stuff up but hiding it behind like different jokes and stuff. Like her joke about like or she like comes in and calls them dick holes, and Blake says, we need to get like security for swearing or something like that. You know? and it's hiding plot points behind these jokes, which I think is just really smart.
Yeah.
I don't need a 4'5" 12th grader.
Yeah.
Yes,
in my
it's so
car.
good.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so that actor's name is Maribeth Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
Maribeth Monroe.
She's so good.
Yeah,
is
she
perfect.
really
Yeah.
is. She's also in The Good Place, which we've
Yep.
been watching
Yeah.
recently, in a similar kind of character.
Yeah.
But she's so fucking good and funny.
Equally as horny throughout the entire series.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Equally is like Dom mommy, step
Dom,
mommy.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dom
Okay.
mommy.
Yeah. Imagine being typecast as Dom mommy.
Oh, bummer.
Oh no, not Dom mommy
Dom
roll
mommy.
again.
The existential crisis of the Dom mommy.
I
want
do
that to
like,
be my
though-
next TV role, please.
Dom mommy. Yeah.
I do like though how like you have to be like really on the edge of your seat to catch literally everything and all the setups. But even if you miss one thing, like it's not like you're losing something important if you keep watching,
You
right?
should never find yourself lost in the episode.
Yeah.
Yep, true.
Yeah, like because the truck pulls up and it's very clear that these are robbers, right? Like even if you missed her comment about the security is being
Right.
tightened
Well, they do a
up,
good
but
job. Black
I
van,
was paying
black
attention
suits.
when she was on
Right.
screen.
That that's the thing is when she says that, she tells you there's going to be surveillance, and then so if you see those, then you go, oh, this is what it is, and it's fun because then you get to watch the characters be
I do
wrong.
feel like
Mhm.
there's like a split there too of like if you're paying real attention and you think about it, because my mind actually goes like, oh, this is security. Like it's actually going to be, this is the security that's going to come, and they're going to think the security guards are robbers. Like,
Yeah.
is kind of what I thought.
Well,
But if you're not paying attention, you're like, oh, these are robbers. So like they make, because they do a good job of like
Yeah.
black van spookiness, like makes it look like robbers. But in my mind, I'm
Beanies.
like, oh, these are just the
because you
security
already
guards.
knew, yeah.
At, the,
Yeah.
at the
You
very
know.
least, like you know that the characters will think this, and
Yeah.
it makes sense why the
Either
characters
way.
would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also a really good joke in there, which is just dumb, but like very, very Adam. Sirs, Vay and Lance.
What?
Yeah. Top tier. I think about that maybe like once every 2 months.
And he doesn't close it out, but like, because it took me a second. I was like, because like she's like, "What the fuck did you just say?" And I was like, "Oh, surveillance." Like it took me like a solid 30 seconds to actually get it because
Yeah.
they
His,
don't.
his
close it out.
mannerism with like the I can bench 220, so
Yeah.
like turns away.
Well,
Yeah.
so I think that
good.
this is like something that we have to talk about, and I think that like I don't know if there's a better time, but this is fine. Is the difference between Adam and Durs, right? Which is like it's weird because you have Blake, who is very obviously one type of character, and then you have Adam and Durs, who serve somewhat of the same role, but they're different. And like sometimes finding out the difference between them is hard, especially because they both are like super concerned about their bodies and stuff. But and like so like this
Aggressive.
yeah, and so like the Sirs Vay and Lance doesn't necessarily seem like it'd be one or the other because they're both like that. But if you know the characters, that's such an Adam thing to do.
Right,
You know,
absolutely.
that's and it's not necessarily that Durs wouldn't do that. It's just that is so Adam. It's just
Well, my read of it too, I think, is that like a lot of the time Adam is actually projecting his insecurity onto Durs.
Totally.
But then that makes Durs kind of feel that way.
Or play,
Yeah, exactly.
or
And,
play
you know,
into
because
it, you
Durs
know.
Durs is sensitive and like wants to be seen as cool because he's definitely the nerdy one or whatever, and like being the straight man or being the because like when they're further in when he's no, I do the cool drug thing, you know, like it's he wants these guys to think he's cool, but also at the same time when Adam comes to him with the like, oh, my body, or are you like all this stuff that like Durs feels pressured and sensitive in other ways to play that back at him.
Right.
Durs could
So
be
you see them fill the
sensitive.
same role, but it's because Adam is acting this way, and Durs is also his own character who responds in that way.
Yeah, he could be sensitive, but he could also be kind of a narcissist
I
too,
think so.
100%,
right? Like
yeah.
you notice some interesting things about that.
I mean, it's just two sides of the same coin.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll come back to this, but like there's 2 points in it that I definitely noticed where one is when they first are tripping and he's in the bathroom and he says something like, "You will take this world by storm," or "Will you take this world by storm?"
Yeah,
he says that
like
to himself
Yeah.
in the mirror.
Like the background.
And then he like turns around and starts doing like the monkey noises.
Yeah, yeah. And
It's all
that's
verb now. I love
and that's
that.
very like a Durs thing, the idea that he's tripping and he's getting this kind of like God complex sort of like
Right.
thing.
Oh,
He's
right.
Yeah.
staring in the mirror and
Yeah.
will you
Well,
take this world
so
by storm?
That's the
Yeah.
difference, right? Where it's like Durs is actually a narcissist, whereas Adam is just like super
So
insecure,
insecure,
No,
right?
yeah,
and so
yeah.
it makes them portray as the same way, but it's coming from completely different
Exactly.
things.
Yeah, that's
And
really
I think it's like so, especially with the first episode with me and Aaron. I think that like thinking about the writing of those and then comparing it to this, the way that they did that, taking characters that somewhat fill the same role, and then but making them so different where
It's
we
about
can all say,
motivation.
yeah,
It's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
it's
a really
really
good
good
It's
writing,
really
just
good.
really, really good character building.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, I think you nailed it. It's motivation. That's
Yeah.
like the difference. Yeah.
It's why are they doing it, not
Yeah.
what are they doing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No prob, Bob.
Yeah, but they
No
go-
sweat, Brett.
Yeah,
No sweat, Brett. Yeah.
And the other time that shows his narcissism is when they go back in and Adam's like singing something loudly, and Durs comes up and he's like, "Shh, you're gonna get me killed."
You're gonna get me killed.
He only goes himself, yeah. But we can keep moving. So they do that thing, and then they talk to Alice. And the next scene, they're sneaking out of their thing. So they're in the hiding places. We're like up in
Yeah.
the roof,
I
and
like
then he's in the box.
and I like the single shot because like it shows Alice turn off the lights and then it goes to the single wide.
yeah.
And the-
And you
okay,
see
the
each of them
music-
sneak out of the spot.
The music
Yeah.
at this point is so fucking good,
Mhm.
and one person sneaks out at a time.
Yeah, I
And
think
Durs is like in this cabinet, bent over.
They have to unlock it
Yeah.
for him.
The
Yeah.
soundtrack of this whole show is just
It's
Bang.
good, yeah.
really- I like the theme song. It's called Jukebox or something.
Fresh.
Yeah, I like just it's on my like song. I just hear it
Yeah.
sometimes.
Hang on, it says "Eat Fresh" in it.
Is
You
it-
gotta be fresh.
Be fresh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But no, like that's one of those songs that like they nailed the vibe with.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. So it's such a perfect pick
Yeah.
for their show.
And
too.
kind of like when that comes back in, when it happens, when they're both, I don't know if it always plays like leaving into a commercial, but definitely coming back. Those little transitions where they have like a shot and then it has like the Workaholics name come
Yeah.
up are so
Yeah.
fucking good.
Okay,
This is probably my time to jump in now because this is the only thing I ever have to comment on. Like the production of this show is sick. I love it so much. This is like the one show that I have actually watched a fair amount of going into before we did the watch of the week, which is kind of nice. I do really like this show a lot. It is really funny, and I fucking love the way it's shot.
Go-
What is it about the way that it looks that you like?
Yeah, man. So I think that like, I really, really like the handheld look of it. Right. I think it's sick for like that kind of comedy. It's something that like I implemented for a good show. It was something that I felt really strongly about. It like makes sense for whatever reason. I think that like I don't know the lack of color grade to it also like it's just like raw log footage. It's such a sick look too. It makes like shooting so much easier if you're not worried about trying to get super hyper color accurate shit. Like a lot of what's happening now in TV is like really cinematic,
Yeah.
right? And like that's cool. It is sick that like the expectation has risen to where you are essentially shooting a movie every episode of a show, right?
It
like
is a
that's
lot,
the quality.
though.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that like this show is really
It's
cool.
less accessible.
Yeah, and I think that this show's really cool in that it like has these like pieces of that, but like it's just not fully formed or finished to hit that point.
Right.
But it could very well be very cinematic if you just graded it right. Whereas like with Always Sunny, it's shot the polar opposite.
Really?
It's like hyper. I mean, it's just like in like my opinion of early seasons of shows, like.
Very clean,
So-
clear cut shots.
But it's like
with-
ultra digital, ultra fucking whatever. Whereas this, like,
Right.
I don't know, it just like it's like closer to what like I would want to shoot for a show.
Okay.
And so I really liked it a lot.
I do have a question though.
Yeah.
Do you guys like grody toadstools?
It's like Rumpelstiltskin a little bit more.
Things that taste like
I like-
Rumpelstiltskin?
You know what I have is penis envy.
You say that you have a grody toadstool for a penis?
No, I have penis envy.
I heard what I heard.
I don't know, man. It did.
That's the
what
drug
kind of
stuff
penis do you
right
have?
there.
Are you telling me you got a grody toadstool? Because
They refer to mushrooms
As
in like a
Yeah.
bunch of different fun ways in
Yeah.
this,
Grody
and I love
toadstools.
it. Yeah.
I really love when Durs says, "I can drop shrooms."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can do a drug.
Yeah.
So while on the when they first start taking the shrooms and when they first start tripping and
Yeah.
everything in that scene, Durs goes, "Well, you guys can't drink all my Kahlua if I
Yeah.
can't have any of your shrooms."
And your
It's-
drug stuff.
Yeah.
Like
It's
he-
so fucking good.
Again,
he
I
drinks
think,
Kahlua.
I think this is like a good point in the episode alluding to the characterization of Durs as
milky.
being like wanting
He's
to be
milky.
seen as cool, like
Yeah.
is wanting
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
be seen as like I can do your drug stuff, you know.
And very much
Yeah.
it is a them doing drugs, him taking their drugs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
And I always, when I was watching it, I always, like back in the day, I was always bummed out that I was like, I'm kind of like Durs. And then he says it's Kahlua line. I'm like, God damn it. I've drank straight Kahlua.
Is that being like Durs, or is that just growing up Mormon?
Alex, do you remember the time that
Is
you
Durs
drank
Mormon?
Straight,
Durs
like,
is
coffee
Mormon?
liqueur for like
Yeah.
2 weeks, dude?
Yeah, dude.
Every time I saw you, you were drinking coffee liqueur.
He loves
straight.
milk products, and he likes
No, my mom-
alcohol.
My mom
dude.
just gave them to me. I didn't want to spend money on buying
Yeah, you
actual
had like
alcohol.
3 bottles of it.
And
or
I was like
something
really
that.
sad, so
yeah.
I'd like hang out in the jam spot and go sit in the corner that got Wi-Fi and like be on Tinder
And-
drinking Kahlua.
and Chris was Chris was so concerned about you.
That's funny, man.
Okay.
Chris like approached someone and was like, "Is Alec okay?"
Yeah.
I really like the scene where the gentle dudes
Mm-hmm.
are starting to get high, and like it's all like weird
tripping
and like
scene, yeah.
There's
and
a
Adam
lot.
is like putting lipstick on and
Yeah.
singing or something,
Yeah.
and like it's just so good.
The editing on that is really good.
That's-
Like
yeah.
the lighting that they used, obviously they used kind of weird lighting things that were on the walls and stuff, but the actual editing that they used and like the slowing down and like kind of stuff and the audio was really great.
I love and they do it a lot with Adam because he ends up taking the most.
Yeah.
But there's multiple parts where like with Adam specifically, it'll go to him saying on a line really high and then really low and then
Mhm.
really
Right.
high
Yeah.
and then really low, just like with the trippy. And they do it with zoom too, of like they'll be kind of far away for like the end, like lighter for the high part, and then get really close and scary for the low part.
You know,
Yep.
it
So
just
all of the design in all of these scenes is actually really good.
Yeah.
Adam DeLevine. That's the actual.
Just Adam Levine.
Adam. No.
Adam Devine.
Devine. Yeah. Devine.
Adam Devine. Not De Levine.
Yeah. One thing that's interesting about him is that he does this like, would not specifically that in general, but I think it's just interesting. He does like a really Jim Carrey-esque thing, but
Mhm.
like, it's not like cringy, if that makes sense. Like if like someone was to like try to
Mhm.
redo Ace Ventura right now, I feel like it wouldn't play off as well as him
yeah.
doing his crazy type of character that he does. You know, it's like
I get like Tim Robinson vibes from him a little bit, and also like Jack Black kind of.
oh
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
like Jack Black. Yeah, for sure.
I'll Jack your black.
Nice.
Thank God.
I mean, especially for the time, I think Jack Black probably would have been the best reference anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they bring in Jack Black to be Adam's dad eventually.
That's
in,
right,
Like season
yeah.
5 or something.
Yeah,
Really?
They do. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
beautiful. That's perfect.
Imagine getting Jack
Right.
Black on your show, your stoner comedy show.
That'd be so cool.
I can't imagine getting anybody on that show.
Wait, we got
I
Eric
mean,
Charles
dude, we
Nielsen.
got him on
Come
there.
on.
Eric Charles-
We got Eric
Nielsen.
Charles Nielsen and Biff Whiff, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
top tier.
I'll biff your
Maybe we
whiff.
gotta get Montez on an episode.
That'd be sick.
Or Wayman, dude.
So-
I'd love to have Wayman.
So
Yeah, let's get Wayman Wamano.
Okay, so if anyone else has anything, I have something about when they go on the roof.
No, I want to when they're bobsledding and they go past the thing, and he
Yeah.
goes, "This one goes out to the late great John Candyman." Great.
Yeah.
great-
Candy man.
yeah, Candyman. Yeah. That part sucks a little bit because like those guys clearly would have heard them if they were rolling past yelling like that.
Yeah.
But I'm
There's a
only,
couple
That's a
scenes like
problem
that.
that I've
There's
had
a
with
few
this
scenes,
episode,
where like the sound, like these guys obviously would have heard other people in the building, but I
But-
think you do, no matter what you're doing, have to
Suspend
have
your
a suspension of
disbelief.
disbelief.
They're
Mhm.
doing
Yeah.
true
No matter
in the
what.
outfit.
a couple of things after that is that after that they go back into the pillow fort or tent, and Durs goes to call the cops and Blake cuts the line with scissors,
Yeah.
which is really good.
Yeah.
And
With
then
scissors? I
yeah.
thought he just unplugged it.
No,
he
That's
cuts it with
scissors.
hilarious.
That's the phone
That's
line.
great.
And then he's like, I'm pretty sure we're doing more, we're breaking more laws than they are. And then Adam's like, well, I'll get rid of these drugs. And then he starts like eating them. He's like, teamwork for my friends.
Yeah.
Really good
Yeah,
performance.
throughout the rest of the scenes, Adam is constantly eating
Yeah.
more and more mushrooms.
Yeah,
Which,
yep.
like,
Yeah.
in that first scene, it looks like he eats like almost the rest of them,
Oh.
but he continually has
Yeah.
more.
More, yeah.
And then when Durs says that they need to leave, he's like, no, dude, this is our night at the museum.
Yeah.
I'm coming
Yeah,
alive.
I'm coming alive.
Coming alive.
So good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then leading into the roof thing, Blake does this where he's like, it's so obvious. It's so simple.
never
Then have you see it coming. We can
He's-
go through the front door. And they go.
And then he says it again.
yeah, that's obvious. It's simple.
He says that line like 3 times, I think.
He says it twice, and I think that his repetition of that 2 times is just so.
Great.
The biggest front door of all.
The
roof.
roof. Yeah. Yep.
And then Adam is wearing Spanx.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
They look at him.
So on the roof, Blake goes, maybe you've heard of the classic tale by who wrote Rapunzel?
Yeah, and then he's like, and then we can throw this off and Rapunzel down. He's like, you're gonna repel? He's like, well, actually, interestingly, that word came Rapunzel. He's like, no, it didn't.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
I also love how he delivers the stop it, Adam, listeners, stop it, Adam.
Yeah.
So then Adam picks it up and like again, this is like
I have the better throwing.
classic Adam. Yeah, exactly. Just like I'm gonna throw it so much further and ruins everything.
Yeah.
Just that idea of them all taking off their clothes, thinking that would be a good idea to begin with.
Yeah.
But then Adam, like, then deciding to throw that
Yeah,
off.
the fact that they all agree that like tying their clothes together and Rapunzeling down the side of the building is a good idea.
Yep.
They all agree to that.
Even
but then
Durs.
even Durs,
Yeah.
the quote unquote smart one,
Yeah.
they all agree, and then they go.
That
as
is a
far
good
as
escape
see-
technique if you do it right.
Hey, it could work. But
Well, and
you
they get up
see-
there expecting Blake to know where the escape ladder is.
Yeah.
And there just isn't one.
He's like, no, there isn't. He knew there wasn't. though.
Yeah.
He's like, no, there isn't one.
Yeah.
But and then he comes.
That's
up with
actually a
it.
good point. I didn't think about that fact. He knew that
very
immediately.
much was like, no, there isn't one.
Yeah, you're right.
He
You're
very
right.
clearly just says, no, there's no fire escape.
Yeah.
Like he just knew that fact.
And
But
this
then
whole
you-
time, this whole time they're flexing back and forth. Like, are you
Yeah.
That's one of
flexing?
my
I'm not
favorite
flexing.
things. I'm not flexing.
You're
flexing. I'm not
flexing.
And then
I
later-
am. I'm not.
And then later on, they do the same thing, and he's
Yep.
like, I'm always flexing.
He swaps.
Yeah.
But seeing both of these things are really good indications of what I'm trying to say is that it brings up again like Adam's insecurity and like
Yep.
Durs is like combativeness and like responsiveness to this insecurity, which I think is very good character development in writing. You know, like
Definitely.
seeing Adam be like, no, I'm not flexing, but then like Durs doing it back, like I'm not flexing. Of like they're both trying to do the same thing for different reasons.
Well, so it's like the difference is Durs is like I'm not flexing, and Adam says I am flexing, right?
No, the
Again,
first
that's
time-
the
first
or,
time
yeah, I'm
Adam
sorry,
says
I'm
he's
talking about
not,
the second
but the
time.
second
Like that's
time-
the dichotomy.
Yeah.
Yeah. definitely.
I'm always flexing, bro.
The Spanx is great. The large green T-shirts stapled. The onesies essentially.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
The
Oh, I
flying
the
like
bathroom. He's
Avatar
I'm not
guy.
even the only one without it.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, Dur's falling for peer pressure.
Yeah, and he's like, it's
Oh.
two, and he does
Durs,
three.
Overachiever.
Always
Yep. Yep.
But
Yep.
again, the Adam throwing the thing off of the thing is again another great. I just think that the difference between Durs and Adam is a really interesting thing, and like
Yeah.
trying to define
Right.
that type of character as being different. That's not
Yes.
something that Durs would do. It's 100% something Adam
Yeah.
would do. Though,
Right.
You know.
100. Yeah. When they come back down, they have this interaction where he's like, we should have a gun. He's like, it's like a two-handed sword. He's like, cut me, bro. And then he goes into this, like, when it's clearly Adam is like tripping super hard. And he goes, I'm a stabbing dude with gratitude.
Yeah.
And then he comes out and he's like, whoop, 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 whoop. And that's when Durs comes up and goes, are you trying to get me killed? Just that's a good scene.
And this is not any specific scene in general, but just like Adam's like southern character that he does, that like southern voice that he does, it's so funny. That it's like
Is he doing this episode?
yeah, well, right before the Catherine Zeta-Jones thing, I think is when he starts
Oh.
doing it. But he does. I don't know. I think that character is so like it's in The Office where they do the episode where they do the murder mystery or whatever. Andy does the
Yeah.
same type of accent, and I think it's really funny.
Foghorn
But
Leghorn.
yeah, but yeah, Adam just does it
Womp.
so
Say,
well,
say,
and he
yeah,
does
say.
it in multiple things I've seen him in.
Yeah.
It's one of his bits, and it is just a really good bit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to go to another show, but Sunny, they kind of do it in one episode when they're doing like the oil one.
Yeah.
And Charlie's like, he's the one that does that. He's like, oh, I say, miss, how am I? Blah, blah. Yeah, it's really good.
Oh my god.
And then he does the wild card bitches and jumps out the back, which is just an iconic moment.
Can we talk about the prophecy?
Yes. Oh, my
my
god.
God.
So after that, they split up. Durs goes to the bathroom and they go and Blake and Adam are on their own, and Blake's like cutting the window with the knife. And
I
he's
got
like,
2 more hours on
Yeah.
this.
My God.
and Blake's like, he just sends us a picture of a knife. He's like, oh no, a knife.
And he's holding a knife.
But then you want to.
I don't know. Like, it feels very relatable because if you're in that mindset on a substance, like that can be a common thing your
circle?
brain goes to.
No, the prophecy thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you
yeah.
get down deep enough, like that does tend to happen.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
It's like
I
there's a
think
prophecy
that's-
foretold.
And I fucking love Blake's like way of handling that situation.
right.
Like, what if you?
How cool would
How
it-
does he? How cool would
Yeah.
it be if you denied the prophecy?
Right.
That's such a good handling
Which
of that.
that is like a super good way to get like if
Mhm.
someone's trying like on something to be like, yeah, but what if you were the hero?
Yeah.
that
Yes.
defeated fate, you know, to like
Put
get them out
yourself
of
back
it.
in the
Yeah.
driver's
And
seat.
I
Yeah.
like to make the connection between this and good show. Like I think that like more than anything, again, at least in my mind, like Patrick's character is based on like Blake or like that.
I would say he's
sort.
based on, but he's very much like in that
Yeah,
kind of
like,
vein.
That
serving
vein.
that same role. Where like that
Yeah.
right there is something that I'd love for him
There's
to
a ton
do,
of
where
similarities.
he knows his friends well enough to know
Yeah.
how to make them do their thing. He's not being
Right.
manipulative. It's just about
Yeah.
like, I know how you're gonna work with this, and he does that.
Right.
Yeah.
I also think that it does show that Blake is like the psychonaut. He's the guy who had the shrooms.
Yeah.
And he's the one who's like, oh, I know how to talk to someone who is like on some fucking bullshit. You
Mhm.
know?
Patrick, any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I feel like I could keep you guys from eating each other if I had to. I feel like I
You've only done it once.
Yeah.
Can you do it again?
And you chose to sacrifice yourself, which is a
Yeah.
very Blake thing to do.
Right.
yeah, very Blake of me for sure.
Yeah.
Well, and
I
like,
definitely also think that Max is Adam. Like if I'm Blake, I think Max is Adam.
Yeah,
I'm not sure
for sure.
anyone is necessarily Durs though.
yeah, I mean, I think that we've had a rotating cast for the other role, so like that hasn't come in. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it will
Yeah.
be me, and I do think Eileen does, but like there hasn't been enough
And it's gonna be
building there yet.
our show is gonna be itself.
It will be.
Right.
Right,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Well, I think
Whoever I think the common thread with the characters is that it's a caricature of who you're playing, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and like just because the Workaholics is really good at writing, and they happen to write what like every group of friends who smoke weed acts like, doesn't
Right.
mean that. Yeah,
Yeah.
we have
that's what I was saying. So like when I got here, I was kind of talking to Alec like a little bit about how like the 3-person stoner comedy has been done before. And that's just a thing. Like it kind of just is that way, and there are only so many archetypes that you can have. But the thing is that like because I mean even Sunny does it. They have a few more characters, but it's like you get this like degenerate or like stoner or whatever you want to call it kind of vibe, and you only have so many ways to fit that in. And the thing is that like when you get good, well-written characters like Blake, Anders, and Adam, that they're supposed to feel relatable, and you're supposed to understand the way they think, and that's because they're realistic people. So therefore, when you go to write your own thing, or you relate to one of them, or you are kind of one of them, so like that's just going to happen naturally.
Mhm.
Yeah, well,
Yep.
Just
didn't
because they did it first, it doesn't mean that you're mimicking it. It's just kind of the way it is when you have relatable characters.
And didn't they kind of? It isn't Workaholics. It wasn't like a network show before. It didn't.
Oh, no.
Weren't they kind of?
They were doing internet stuff. Yeah. They were doing a lot
Yeah.
of like skits. Yeah.
So it's kind of the same thing where
Yeah.
it's like if you're gonna write something with your friends, it might come out kind of being like.
Yeah, and I think
Same
that
with
our
Bark
idea
Boys.
will like our characters will develop more and more as we
Right.
just kind of do stuff and kind of like find different things. And we're gonna have to get over the sort of Workaholics thing, not in terms of like eschewing it as being something that we're not similar to, but finding the ways that we are similar, but finding the ways that we are also different.
I don't think we need to actively avoid or actively copy it. I think
Yeah.
it's just going to naturally progress into being something more niche and more
Right.
what it is. you
Itself.
know? Yeah.
Well, I
No,
mean, it's
so
it's
I'll- go
infancy
ahead.
still,
Exactly.
Yeah.
right? I mean, it's hardly anything at all at this point
Right.
still. Yeah.
Even these 3 characters in the episode we just watched are still kind of fledgling. This
Yeah.
is the
Yeah.
3rd episode of the
Yeah.
show. And like there's only so much there is like a good amount of depth because these guys are good writers and they're good characters,
Yeah.
but there's still only so much depth to them so far, whereas if you go watch like the 5th or 6th season of Workaholics, you see a lot more depth to the characters.
Yeah, and they don't have
Mhm.
to do as much work establishing that, right? Like,
Exactly.
what
It's
we're
the
talking
life
about, the
cycle,
dichotomy
right?
between
Yeah,
Adam and
definitely.
Durs.
It's like what?
It's the life cycle
Oh, yeah.
of a show and
Exactly.
characters
Right,
and all of
yeah.
that. Are the actors? Do the actors have the same name as the characters in this?
First
Yeah.
name, I believe.
all 3 of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have different last
So
names.
so Blake, Adam, and Anders. Maybe you could become
Anders,
patrons or
there's
come
a
onto our
hard
show
on.
and be our friends.
That's right.
Maybe.
What'd you say, Patrick?
Hey, come and
Anders,
do an
hard
interview for
on.
us, guys from Workaholics, and we will do
Please.
another anti-sponsorship out of Paramount Plus. We support the Workaholics.
We
boys.
support you.
Yeah.
So,
Patrick,
okay.
what were you saying?
Oh, it's a joke in the show. People call him Anders, and he's like, it's actually Anders. I have a hard on.
Aw.
Well, they said hard R.
No.
It's a little different.
Anders.
But another, and this is a line that I feel like Patrick could say in our show, but Blake does say in this show, which is, if we don't learn from the History Channel, we're doomed to repeat History Channel.
Yes.
So
top
good.
tier line. So funny.
Which, like, it's really funny too, because all they did is add channel at the end of the word, but it makes it so fucking funny.
Yeah, really, really, really good.
Right.
Which again, I feel like that's a line that Patrick in the show could say. Right?
I think so.
Totally.
And I think I want to find other
sure.
things like that, but that one just is so fucking.
such a good joke. Yeah.
So after they go save Anders, then they decide to set up the traps, and that's when he pulls out the map. And I love the map. I just love maps and things, anyways. But the map that he pulls out has all the traps, and they show all the different traps.
Alex,
like,
a big Dora the Explorer.
Little
fan.
cartographer
Alec
boy.
loves maps.
Exactly,
Alec
yeah.
loves maps.
I do.
In Minecraft.
They show these maps, and then they do this whole intricate thing where they talk about, like, there's the lasers, and then they have like the fucking the water jug that falls into them, and they have the Ethernet, which is a great joke, and then they have like the broomsticks that are sharpened.
They're hitting these Home Alone vibes.
Exactly.
Sure.
They don't use any of
sure.
them
Yeah.
because
Adam.
just goes. Pulls out the fucking thing and goes, Leroy Jenkins, and runs in there, which is like a great tie back to the Montez thing. And yeah.
I do think they make a great use of throwbacks, for sure. Because I think that's not the first time that they do something that like references itself. You know.
Yeah.
I think that's like a good comedy tool. I think referencing thing. You know, like Shane referencing his thing from an episode ago to get meta with it. Like, I love stuff like that.
Okay, one of my favorite things, and this is honestly kind of make or break for me on whether or not I consider a show good, is continuity. Like, it is so important, especially when you're doing something so big budget as any show on network television. Like, so that's one of the reasons why I love Community. It is like leak solid. It is so incredible. The things that you think you find, you go and you look, and you find out that the continuity is there still, and the idea that, again, like, I discovered this while we were recording earlier, that they put in the third episode this idea that Montez makes like jokes about memes from a couple years ago, and then like 4 seasons later they write an episode where he is actually doing that. Like, that's just like, I mean, it's not that much work, it's just watching the show you make. But there are so many shows that don't do that, where you have to appreciate that and say that is incredible writing there. That
it's
is
called
incredible.
being funny.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like knowing your characters and caring about the show.
Caring about the show, exactly. It makes it feel like, oh, well, the people who make this aren't just doing it for a wage.
It just shows that you think about your art, you know? You consider it in
You're
its
not
entirety.
forgetting the character's own character traits.
Right.
Yeah, being intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a couple small jokes I want to go over really quickly. One is when Blake is on the intercom and he's like, "Alarm system has activated." He's doing the voice and he goes,
so good.
"You're probably like lasers in an office building." Like, the way he says that is just really good. And then when they do actually find out the guys they're talking to him, and Adam goes up to check the thing, and it goes like super fast, and he's like, "I'm printing and watching a video at the same time," which is just hilarious to think that makes it fast. But then he says, "Did you install Snow Leopard for PC?" Which is
The Mac OS,
which is another little micro joke that I get thrown there, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
And then probably the best part of the episode, which is the Catherine Zeta-Jones, she dips beneath lasers. Oh, she has entrapped me and Sean Connery.
Incredible stuff.
Well, no, that's the good thing about the conclusion there is that it totally, like, they literally tie up these dudes and they're just like, "You like shrooms?"
Yeah.
That's the conclusion.
Bro
of that.
bondage.
Like, they end on like this singing, and it's this nice kumbaya moment. Is the actual closing scene?
Yeah.
And I love
Yeah.
that, like, the true conclusion of the story. Kind of does end with them just being to like these IT guys in their office building at 2 a.m. Like, "You like shrooms?"
Yeah.
That's it.
Well,
That's,
they're IT
that-
guys.
like,
Of course they
IT
like
guys.
shrooms. They're IT. What else
But,
do they get
yeah,
IT
you know,
for?
it's that you get this whole culmination of everything. They finally catch you guys.
beautiful.
And it's just like there's no like, "Oh, are you
And
gonna call
no
the cops?"
consequence,
Yeah,
really,
that's what I
to-
mean. Is that there's no consequence. They just
I
end up
was-
tripping with the guys they just fucking were scared of.
I was gonna
like-
ask you guys this. Did you guys end up watching the next episode?
No.
After this one ended?
At some point I have,
because I
but
would have watched
Right.
10 more.
So it after this episode ends, the next episode opens on The Office, and there's no stickers or anything on the ceiling and stuff like that. And okay, there's something with continuity and like finishing up these things. There's also something with it's a comedy show and just restarting. That's funny. That's part of it, where it's like there's never any consequences unless the consequences are funny, right? And like them taking that off, like that's fine. I'm okay with that, and I support it actually because like I think it's. Yeah, it's funny when you can just do shit with no consequences because it's a fake thing.
To me, that's not part of the story. Like that's like the story is them and all that, and them.
And
so, like,
getting mad at them for that wouldn't change the characters.
Exactly.
I do stand some ceiling glowy star stickers though.
Yep.
Let's go.
I think sometimes you just gotta Fairly Odd Parents it, man.
Yeah.
Right.
What does that mean?
Just like hard reset every time, no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, like it just doesn't matter.
I wish everything back to the way it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Funny. Well, that is the end of the episode, and so
Well,
we wrap up.
We definitely have to figure out a name.
Okay, right. So
Well, that's the end of the
Workaholics episode.
right?
I just wanted to ask because I feel like Shane and Patrick and Emily. I didn't know if you guys had anything else that you wanted to add because I think that maybe we talked about it a little bit more.
I think we got pretty consistently or got thoroughly through my list of stuff.
Patrick?
Oh yeah, you guys covered basically everything.
Cool.
I like that someone mentioned that this episode feels a little like slightly different. The characters aren't quite as like wacky as they eventually get, and I thought that was also kind of nice to see. And Workaholics also, once you get to like season 2, has a pretty consistent theme of the guys just getting absolutely destroyed by like the guest person of the episode. Like they're always like getting taken advantage of or like being outsmarted. And I forgot that the show wasn't always like that. So watching this episode from like really early on when that wasn't a thing that happened every time was a little surprising for me, but I did enjoy it.
So Workaholics for me is like 8th grade, 9th grade, right? And this is something that like we talk about with Blink-182 and stuff, but like when other people experienced them, they were older. Like you were saying with Workaholics, you were like an older 20-year-old. I was like young, and the fact that it is consistently and even now still good is something that's incredible because like Hot Rod can't do that, Anchorman can't do that, like it's really good writing, and especially when it even now it feels like they're making childish joke, but it isn't cringy to watch. It is like
Totally.
It's something that allows you to be an 8th grader when you're older than that. It's really good. I really like the show a whole lot.
Yeah, it's wholesome in a way.
Yeah.
What should the title be for this one?
Something
Gay Michael odds. That's one of them.
Can it just be Tyler likes sucking dick?
No.
You can't make that a YouTube title.
Our last
right?
one was
You're
Bo
not-
Jack off or something.
Yeah, we're not going to do another Jackie.
No more
one.
sexual ones for a minute.
You allocate.
Gay Michael
Make
dips
it
beneath
this podcast
lasers.
just got 40% gayer.
What about Catherine Zeta-Jones something?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Gay
Dipping
Michael
beneath
odds
the
might be
Yeah,
lasers.
dipping beneath lasers.
Just make it Gay Michael odds, dude. I like that.
Yeah, Alex, you said something about
Gentle dudes?
percentages earlier. I wish I wrote it down. I thought about writing it down in the moment. You said
Percentages?
yeah, something. Percentages are like I can't remember anyway.
What about something about gentle dudes and the prophecy?
Yeah, denying the prophecy. Denying the prophecy of Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Look, I mean, honestly, my vote's for Gay Michael odds.
Yeah, I
so
vote
we
Gay
can
Michael
move
odds
off
on
of
this.
that.
Denying the prophecy of Gay Michael odds.
There you go.
Okay.
Denying the prophecy of Gay Michael odds.
Odd Gay Michael.
All right, well, this is it.
decided.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the
Bye.
episode.
Thank you,
We will
everyone.
catch you.
Subscribe to the Patreon.
Bye.
It'll be fun.